gotta try.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love it when they put the lyrics up on the screen so I can sing along badly. You're very welcome back. You just heard a snippet from Holy Grail, the new single from singer-songwriter Bradley Simpson, who you might know, of course, as the lead singer of band The Vamps.
That's right. Now, with multiple top 10 hits, 5 gigs in the O2 and tours with some of the biggest pop stars on earth, the Vamps have had some run, and now they're taking hopefully a brief hiatus to explore their solo careers.
Before we chat to Bradley, let's take a look at some of his greatest hits over the years.
Can't nobody hold me down. You show me how to find myself when I needed it the most. I don't wanna be all I ever wanna be. Is somebody to you. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be. Is somebody to you. Don't wake up. You're sleeping hard. And we will dream a dream for us that no one else can touch, my dear. I'm here.
Bradley Simpson, thanks so much for joining us this morning, sir. Apologies.
Hello.
Yeah, we were looking at you there, particularly that first shot of the very first shot of that first clip that we showed. I take it you still have the jacket and the hoodie, right?
It's somewhere, but I'm so glad I don't have that barnet anymore.
It
You
looked-
might have seen me
oh, there he
win.
is.
Oh, stop. Oh, it's so
Wild.
lovely.
You know what? It was dead windy that day, so it's just smashed into my hair.
There's no
And then-
wind, and there's no actual wind turbines blowing it for the shot.
No, it wasn't like a Beyonce wind turbine moment. It was like the comb over of the millennium. Yeah.
It was all natural. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We know you were up late last night. You're touring at the moment, and you've gone out on your own. Holy Grail is just out. That's your single, your song. What's the reaction been like?
It's been amazing, man. Yeah, like the fans have been so receptive to it, and it's been really nice to release these songs. I've been working on them for the best part of 2 years now, so I think at that point I start to get not sick of them, but I'm like very ready to have them out in the world. And Holy Grail is like, yeah, it's a special one, so I'm very excited that it's finally out.
Yeah, it's probably a bit nerve-wracking, actually, after being with so many people for so long and writing with other people. This is kind of maybe exposing a wee bit whenever you're like coming from your own heart and there's no one else to nearly rely on.
I know, yeah, it genuinely is. I think, and I hadn't really thought about that until I got a few months into the process. And then, yeah, it was a lot more of like an introspective kind of process rather than having the boys around to kind of bounce off. But I've really enjoyed it, yeah. And I think over the years, like working with a lot of different people, you have to go in and meet them one day and you'll work with maybe like 4 different people in a week and have to go in and be like, hi, how are you? My name's Brad, nice to meet you. Here's all my trauma to dump on you. So it's nice to have had the time to kind of like really dive into stuff.
Yeah. Also, you're the boss, so you get to decide. You know, what you say goes. It's not like you need to work it out together or negotiate. I mean, it's like this is mine, and this is the way I say it's going to go, which must be nice as well. And tell us about, of course, you know, we mentioned the Vamps. What's the current situation? It's officially hiatus, is it?
No, well, we're taking like a bit of time because a few of the other boys as well have got their own projects that they're running. And then we're all living in different places at the minute as well. So I think it's just a bit of a breather in between bits and bobs to kind of pursue stuff that we all want to do individually. But we're genuinely best mates. Like a lot of people think that, I don't know whether it was like a split or whatever, but it's not that. No, we're just best pals and we're just kind of taking a bit of time to explore what we want.
I think it's because boy bands tend like to famously fall out, and you guys, it's like I always think back to that. You guys were, oh my god, I listened to all your songs on the way here, and it was incredible and nostalgic. And I guess what's the secret? Like you're on a wee tour bus with all those boys. How do you not fall out all the time?
Yeah, it is a mind blow because, like you say, a tour bus. It stinks by the end of the tour, like you literally just next to lads. But I think we just get on. Like we started sharing hotels and we've known each other for 12 years now. So I think we enjoy each other's company. And I hear of those bands who like now have separate tour buses, and I'm like, that must be so crazy because we genuinely really get on, and it's lovely.
Yeah, but like, of course, I suppose you change as you guys were just babies when you started. It's a healthy position to go. Okay, we're going to spend a bit of time apart now. We're going to do our own things, and then leave the door open to coming back together and staying on good terms. This song, Holy Grail, is from the album The Panic Years, which is coming. Is it February you're aiming to release the album?
Yes, yeah, next February.
How are you feeling about that?
Good. Yeah, slightly panicked. No, I'm actually feeling good. Again, like I say, it's like 2 years in the making, and I've been saying it at the gigs. I've been being like, because we've been playing some of the songs for the past 6 months now, and I'll be like, yeah, the album's coming. And it started off where the fans are like, oh yeah, and now they're just like,
come on.
I know.
Like,
2 months, they're just like, you've been saying this.
What are the panic
really
years? When did they stop? Which area are you referring to?
Well, I think the panic years like get referred to as like your 20s, where you're just like in a state of not knowing what is going on. But then when I was playing the album to people, there was this one guy that I played it to, and he must have been like 40, 45. And I was saying like, the past 10 years have been crazy for me. This is why I called it the panic years, because it's been ups and downs, and I feel like I'm being able to reflect on it. And he was like 45, and he was like, well, I still feel like I'm in my panic years now. So I was like,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, every year is a panic year, trust me. As someone in their 40s, I can tell you. I'm also someone that works on the radio, actually. That's my full-time job. And I was reading about your influences and how you got a start in and inspired in music, and it was from the listening to the radio in the car, is that right?
Yeah, I love it. Like, my mum's a huge music fan, and my sister as well. And I think I just grew up around music. There was a lot of but it was like a real mixed bag. So my sister would listen to a lot of like Nirvana and a bit more like British indie. And then my mum was very like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC. So there's a lot of like rock and guitar music that I was growing up around.
Yeah, and I guess that bringing it back to the Vamps, they had their own specific sound, and now it's you alone. Do you find that your sound has changed?
I think so, yeah. Like, there was a lot of trial and error to get there over the past 2 years, but I think I definitely like went back into those influences that I grew up on and that kind of got me into music. I think early on in the process I was like, right, I'm going to make something that like 13-year-old me would have like really, really got into, and hopefully I feel like I've done that. Yeah, very proud of it.
One of the things, mentioning radio and like the business, and like it's not like there used to be a time, get the song on the radio and then that's how, that'll be my start. That's how we build an audience, build a fan base, and then from there we become more successful. But of course the Vamps were one of the original online sensations. Have you seen a change in the business even since your start? Because you were YouTube, right? Of course, now it's TikTok. Have you noticed that now that you're out on your own and you're doing something very different, have you noticed a change in how it gets done?
Yeah, I feel like it's literally every day it's changing at the minute, which it's just an adjustment. And like, I've got a couple of friends who also like I can speak to about it, and it's just every day you just got to kind of adjust. But I think it's in a really positive place in some ways, in that I think everyone's got an opportunity now. I think there was a lot of gatekeepers for a long time, and I think things like TikTok, as hard as it can be, and sometimes like you have to take on the role of like singer, writer, producer, content creator as well. But I think it puts a lot of power back in the artist's hands, and they're able to kind of have control of their own career and be able to create these moments without the help of those gatekeepers. And I think that's really positive for like young musicians.
No, definitely. That's very true, actually. But you just played Dublin in the Academy this week past. You're playing again. You have a headline gig in May in the Academy. What are the Irish fans like for you?
They're great. It was, I played Dublin about 3-4 nights ago on this little run. And it's always just layering. It's so fun. And me and a mate went to the Guinness factory before the show, which was a terrible idea.
The perfect way to prep.
Yeah, honestly, we came out and we were like, have we got to do a gig now?
Brilliant.
But like, learned loads of Guinness facts, which I then proceeded to think that the Dublin audience wanted to hear all about. They didn't. They were just like, play the songs, please. Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's
Listen.
good. Well, we love that you came here first as well. Obviously, we're clearly, we always love to pat ourselves on the back as being the best audiences.
Absolutely.
Listen, sir, good luck and continued success with the tour and, of course, the song. We're looking forward to the album in February. Thanks so much for joining us. A reminder that Bradley's album is coming out on the 28th of February. Tickets for his next Academy gig are available from Friday at ticketmaster.ie. Bradley, thank you, sir. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks
Cheers,
a lot.
man.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Now, after the break, who's for soup?
Yes, please.
We're over in the kitchen.
Soup for breakfast.
Next.